Good morning and welcome to Hampstead Heath Underground Station. Today the jog is going to be the Fleet River. I'm going to start here from Hampstead Heath Underground Station. When you leave the station you turn left and then we're going to turn left again into Flask Walk. This is the River Fleet jog. It's going to take us from the source of the River Fleet to the conclusion, which is at Blackfriars Bridge. So we just turn left, continue down and turn to our left into Flask Walk. Now when you reach this point on the High Street, we're going to bear to our left into Flask Walk. As I said, we turn left here into Flask Walk and we just continue straight through.
You don't have any bedside tables knocking around?
Not at the moment.
Just continue straight.
You around?
Okay, in front is the Flask Public Coast. And all we do is just continue straight in front. Just continue straight. Just cross over the road there and just continue straight. Now the building you're looking at is Bear House and the Hampstead Museum. We just continue past Bear House, we're heading towards the fountain. Now on my right is the Wells Tavern, and this is the place or nearby where John Keats nursed his brother Tom Keats, who unfortunately died. We just continue straight in front along Well Walk now, and we'll be turning left by the fountain, the Calibet Fountain. Okay, when you reach the fountain here, we're going to bear to our left into Well Passage and we're heading up towards Cannon Hall. So we're going to turn left here. As I said, we're going to turn left up here, Wells Passage, up towards Cannon Hall. At the end of Well Passage, we cross over Well Road, bear to our right and then straight up. As I said, we just continue straight up Cannon Place here. Just continue straight up. Just continue straight up. We just continue straight in front. And if you notice, the bollards are shaped like cannons. Okay, now that's where I've just come from. I'm on Squires Mount now. And all we do is cross over by the zebra crossings over there, continue round, and we're going to go straight in front down that lane, Vale of Health. And we're coming to the source of the Fleet in a second. Now that's where I've just come from, Squires Mount. And as I said, we just crossed over East Heath Road. Now if you continue straight up this road here, you come out by Whitestone Ponds. But what we're going to do is, we're going to continue down here, Vale of Health, and we're coming to the source of the Fleet. So just continue down here. Just continue straight. We just continue straight. Just continue straight in front. Ignore the turning on my right. Just continue straight. Just continue straight in front and we're going to be bearing to our right heading into the Vale of Heath. Okay, now that's where I've just come from. And as I said, we're going to be bearing to our right here. I thought there's a few cars here, but anyway, we just continue down here by the path and we're back onto the heath, heading for the source of the Fleet. Just continue straight in front, round by the shed. And that's where I've just come from. And all you do is bear to your right and just continue till you come to the Vale of Ponds. Okay, which is straight in front. Now this is the beginning of the Fleet River. The water trickles down from Whetstone Ponds into the lakes here, or the ponds here, into the Hampstead Brook. So what we just do, we'll just continue straight in front and we'll be bearing to our left in a minute. Just continue straight. And that's where I've just come from. I'm standing beside Vale of Health Pond. And as I said, this is the start of the fleet. Okay, we just continue straight in front. We're going to be turned down by our left in a second. When you reach this point in the path beside the life raft and the dustbin, you bear to your left. So we're going to bear to our left on the dirt path. As I said, we're going to bear to our left here beside the dog pond or such, straight down the path in front. We just continue on the main dirt path in front. This is the source of the fleet. But as I said, we just continue on the dirt path. When you come to this junction in the dirt path, you take the path on the left. So we continue on by the left of the trees. I've just come down from up there, and as I said, all we do is just continue straight up in front, crossing over the Hampstead Brook. And that's where I've just come up from. And when you get to the top here, all you do is bear round by that bench there to your right. We're heading past Viaduct Bridge, so we just continue straight in front. Unfortunately, this part of the route is being closed due to the Hampstead Pond project, but never mind, we'll go round it. In front is Viaduct Bridge and Viaduct Pond. Normally I'd go down past Viaduct Pond and turn to my right, but unfortunately it's closed today. So what we've got to do, we've got to bear to our right here by the park bench and continue down and round. So we just turn round here by the bench. Now I've just passed the bench there and we're in this wooded area. All you have to do is keep bearing to your left, okay? Now that is where I normally come from. And I cross over here by the avenue of trees, and all we do is just continue straight down in front, okay, following the fleet. Now if we turn to our right and continue up the hill here, up avenue of trees, you come up by Well Walk, Heathleaf Road. But as I said, we just continue straight in front down the path. Then that's where I've just come from, and all we do is continue on the main path. At the end of the path, you come to the Hampstead Heath Ponds. Now the pond to my left is the mixed bathing pond. And the pond over there is pond number 2, Hampstead Pond. Now this is where the fleet begins its journey. And after this point, we won't see much of the fleet. You will hear the fleet at Clerkenwell, but we won't see it again until Blackfriars. Hampstead Pond. Now this is going to be the start of the Fleet River jog. Now that's where I come from. Just give you a quick view of where I am. There's some sort of jogging race or something going on here. But we just continue around beside Hampstead Ponds. Okay, we just continue straight in front beside the ponds, Hampstead Ponds. Okay, this is Hampstead Pond number 1. I just passed all those building construction huts and God knows what, all to do with the Hampstead project or pond. Anyway, we just continue straight round and we'll be heading on towards Fleet Road. Well, this is where we say goodbye to Hampstead Ponds and farewell to the fleet as it goes on its journey towards the Thames, the River Thames. Now the next part of the journey of the fleet is all overland because the fleet has been covered over. Now I'm just going to give a panoramic view of where we are before we leave Hampstead Heath and head on the River Fleet journey. Now that's where I've just come beside the Hampstead Heath Ponds, and all we do now is continue on the path in front, all the way heading towards Hampstead Heath Overground Station. Just continue straight. Now in front is Hampstead Heath Overground Station. All we do is to continue straight in front. We're heading towards Fleet Road. Now the large building or modern building in front is the Royal Free Hospital, but we just continue straight in front. Okay, I'm standing beside the garden gate, or it used to be called the railway, and all we do is just continue in front. As I said, we cross over the zebra crossings and go straight on in front into Fleet Road. I'm still on Fleet Road. What we're going to do is cross over and then we're going to be turning to our right. Now I've crossed over Fleet Road, but we still continue straight in front. Just continue straight along Fleet Road. It's passing the stage. Okay, when you reach this part of Fleet Road, we're going to bear to our right, as I said, into Park Hill Road. So we'll be turning right here. Continue our Park Hill Road, and then we'll be bearing to our left into Tasker Road. Okay, when you get to this point, as I said, we're going to be turning to our left into Tasker Road, heading towards St Dominic's Church. St Dominic's Church, we just continue straight in front along an alleyway. Now that's where I've come from, along Alan Shields Way, and as you leave, turn to your right along Southampton Road and just continue straight in front beside the church. I'm standing in front of St Dominic's Church here. Now all we do is just continue along Southampton Road, which runs into Maitland Villas. You'll be passing St Pancras Almshouses, which are beside St Dominic's. I'm inside, or in the square, of St Pancras Almshouses. Now across the road from the almshouses is the Lord Southampton. But all we do, as I said, we just continue along Southampton Road here. We're following the River Fleet. Now that's where I've just come from, Maitland Park Hill, which runs into Southampton Road where we started from. Now, to my left is Haverstock Hill, which takes you all the way up to Hampstead Underground Station. But what we're going to do, we're going to bear to our left, and we're going to take the first left into Queen's Crescent. Now this road here in front is Prince of Wales Road. But anyway, we walk along Prince of Wales Road and then we're going to bear left into Queen's Crescent. Well, as I said, here we are, Queen's Crescent, and we're going to bear left into Queen's Crescent, and then we're going to take the first right. Now the road here on my right is Prince of Wales Road. But as I said, we're going to turn left here into Queen's Crescent, which is famous for its market as well. When you get to this point in Queen's Crescent, all we do is bear to our right. Now at the end of Marsden Street, all we do is cross over the zebra crossings, and then we're going to bear to our left, and then we're going to bear right along Wheel Street. Okay, as I said, we're going to bear to our right into Wheel Street, which is going to take us into Talacre. So we turn right here. And so we just carry along Wheel Street here till we get to Talacre. At the end of Wheel Street we just cross over Talacre, straight in front, and we're going into the sports ground. Okay, we just go through the gates and straight on. Okay, a view from Talacre. That's the sports centre over there. And we just continue round, bearing to our left. Now that's where I've come from. There's the sports centre there, which I've just shown you. And beside the sports centre, believe it or not, you've got the Camden Brewery, which is straight in front. Just continue round beside the brewery here till we get back onto Prince of Wales Road, which is just in front by the railway bridge, leading to Camden Brewery. Now what we do now is go along underneath the railway bridge along Prince of Wales Road, heading towards the Prince of Wales swimming baths, and we'll be crossing over Prince of Wales Road down Castlehaven Road. And that's where I've come from Kentish Town West, Overground Station. Over there's the Grafton Pub, and as I said, in front is the Prince of Wales Swimming Baths and Sports Club, where I go to the gym. Now as I said, I've crossed over, I'm going to bear to my right into Castlehaven Road, and we're heading towards Camden Town. Just continue straight along Castlehaven Road. Okay, when you reach this point in Castlehaven Road, we bear to our left into Hawley Road. Okay, when you reach Queen's Public House here, we're going to cross over and bear to our right along Kentish Town Road, and we're heading towards the Regent's Canal. Now it's at this point that the two branches of the fleet would join, the Hampstead branch and the Highgate branch. But anyway, we're going to cross over at the traffic lights and continue up Kentish Town Road towards the Regent's Canal. Okay, I'm standing beside Queen's, and as I said, we're going to cross Hawley Road here by the traffic and just continue straight in front, and we're going to head down towards the canal. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to bear to our right down the steps onto the canal, and we're going to be heading towards the Constitution Public House, which is by Pancras Way. Well, I've just come down the steps there, and as you do, you're going to go underneath the bridge, and we're heading in the direction of King's Cross. Now if you continue straight in front, you come to Camden Lock, or Camden Market. Now there's a boat here going to use the lock here. As I said, we go underneath the bridge here and just continue straight through until we get to the Constitution Public House. Just continue straight. Just continue straight. Okay, when you get to the St Pancras Way Bridge here, what you do is climb the steps here, which is beside the Constitution Pub, and at the top we bear to our right. Now that's where I've just come from the canal. Give you a little panoramic view of where I am. As I said, we're going to bear to our right along St Pancras Way, and in front is the Constitution Public House. I've never been in it, so I can't really comment on it. But anyway, we just continue straight in front. So we just cross over the road here and just continue straight down in front. Now that's where I've just come from. Now you'll be passing Royal Mail's depot here, but we just continue straight in front. Now at the end of St Pancras Way, we just cross over there by St Pancras Hospital, and we're heading towards Old St Pancras Church. Now that's where I come from, St Pancras Way, and as I said, we're going to bear here to St Pancras Road, heading towards St Pancras Old Church, to the famous burial ground. Okay, when you reach this point in Pancras Road, all we do is go through the gate here into Pancras Gardens, or burial ground. So we're just going to the gardens here. And up in front of you is a sundial presented by Angela Burdett Coutts, who is a philanthropist in the 19th century, giving money to all sorts of charities, and this fountain was dedicated to all the bodies who were disturbed when all this land was dug up for the Midlands Railway. Now, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you to the Thomas Hardy tree. Now, the church in front is St Pancras Old Church. Now, the site it's on is one of the oldest worshipping place in England. In fact, it's older than Westminster Abbey Cathedral, the whole lot of them. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, as I said, continue up here to the Thomas Hardy tree. Now, in front, surrounded by the hedge, or circled by the hedge, is the Thomas Hardy tree. Now, the reason it's called the Thomas Hardy tree because he was commissioned to tidy up the graveyard. So what he done, he put all the stones, gravestones, around the tree, and the tree just wrapped itself around the stones. I'll show you in a second. St Pancras Old Church in front, and what we're going to do now, we're going to follow the flow of the Fleet. Now, the Fleet used to be flown past here open, and what we're going to do is going to bear to our left and continue straight in front. We're going to head beside St Pancras Mortuary, heading towards Camley Nature Reserve. Now, in front is John Soames' grave, where it was built originally for his wife Catherine, who died in 1815. Now, the design of this tomb, or tombstone, he said is now that's where I've just come from, St John Soames' grave. And as I said, we're here beside St Pancras Coroner's Court and Public Mortuary. And all we do now is just go straight ahead through the gate there, and we're heading towards Camley Street Nature Reserve. So all we do is continue straight down the steps and bear to our right. Well, I've just come down the steps there and through the gate there by the St Pancras Coroner's Court, and we bear to our right and just continue underneath the bridge in front. Now, I've just come underneath the bridge there from the Coroner's Court, and here I am beside the entrance of the Camley Street Nature Reserve. Now, I'm inside Camley Street Nature Reserve, and this place depends on volunteers and donations. Now, all we do, I'm beside the Camley Street Nature Reserve, all we do is just continue straight in front. Now, that rather modern building on my right is St Pancras International Railway Station, and the building in front is 5 St Pancras Square, which is Camden Town Hall. But we continue straight in front, heading towards King's Cross Station. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go head into King's Cross Station here, and we're going to be heading up towards King's Cross Road. So what we do, we just enter King's Cross Station here and just continue straight in front. Okay, when you get to this point, you bear to your left to get to the Harry Potter theme photograph. Well, here I am, inside
No, but I do it for ages. Oh, sorry, I don't have a ticket.
Now, this queue in front are all queuing up to grab hold of a trolley, pretend to be Harry Potter going through the 9 3/4 platform or whatever. Right, this is the Harry Potter theme at King's Cross Station. I've just come from the Harry Potter theme, and all we do is continue ahead in front, bear to our left, and we're heading up towards the Euston Road. Well, I've just come out from King's Cross Station, in front of St Pancras Station. Just give you a quick view of where I am. And what we're going to do, we're going to head straight over there on my left, and we're heading up towards King's Cross Road. Right, that's where I've just come from. Now the road in front is York Way. That's Penderville Road. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cross over the road here. Okay, I'm going to go up by Chad's Place, where it used to be in the 18th century a pleasure garden or a health spa. So I cross over here. Okay, then what you see in front is the Scala. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cross over here by the traffic light, bear to my right and then left. Okay, well I'm standing on Gray's Inn Road, and that's where I come from. I cross over at the traffic lights there. Scala Theatre is in front, but as I said, we're going to turn here into Chad's Place, St Chad's Place, which used to be a health spa back in the 18th century. Just continue straight along here. Just continue straight ahead, we're coming towards King's Cross Road, through an alleyway. Just continue, follow those people there, and then we'll be bearing to our right into King's Cross Road. Okay, I've just come out from there, Chad's Place. As I said, we're going to bear to our right and just continue along here, King's Cross Road. And we're heading towards Fountain Street. Cross over the traffic light and just continue straight on in front. And just to give you a little view of where we are. So we just cross over the light and continue straight. Okay, we'll be crossing the zebra crossings here. In front is the old police station. So we cross the zebras and just go straight on, and we'll be bearing to our right in a minute. Okay, when you reach this point, by the Carpenter's Pub, we'll be turning right and then left into Cupid Street. So we'll be turning right here. And that's where it came from, and it turned into Frederick Street. And as I said, we're going to turn here into Cupid Street, and we're just going to continue all the way up till we get to the Coach and Horses public house. Now this is following the Fleet River. Now at this point on Cupid Street, we just cross over and just continue straight in front. Just carry on straight in front, follow where that cyclist is going. We just carry along straight Pakenham Street, and then we're heading into Phoenix Place. Okay, at the end of Pakenham Street, we just cross over here and just carry on straight where that cyclist is. Now to the left is Mount Pleasant Sorting Office, or it used to be known as Coalfield Prison. But anyway, we just carry on straight in front, following the flow of the fleet. We just continue on. And the pub over there is the Apple Tree. And all we do is cross over Mount Pleasant here and just continue straight in front. So we just continue straight. Now we're on Warner Street, so all we do now is just continue under the bridge. You can get up onto the top of the bridge and it's Rosenbury Avenue. But we're just going to continue straight in front till we get to the Coach and Horses public house. Now that's where I've just come from, and as I said, here we are at the Coach and Horses public house. Now what's significant about this pub is the drain in front of it. I don't know if you can see it, but you can hear the fleet flowing underneath. That is the sound of the fleet flowing towards Blackfriars. Okay, I'm standing against the coach and horses. The turning in front, or the road in front, is Back Hill, which leads all the way up to Clerkenwell Road, and on the left is St Peter's Italian Church. Now what we're going to do, we're going to bear to our left here by the coach and horses, and we're heading towards Farndon Road in front. And we're going to head towards Smithfield Meat Market, following the flow of the River Fleet. Now that's where I've come from, the coach and horses, and I'm on Ray Street here, which is facing on to Farndon Road. And what we're going to do is cross over and go straight across there into Farndon Lane. I've just crossed over Farndon Road there, and as I said, we're going to turn down here and continue straight past the Clerkenwell and into Turnmill Street. So just continue straight in front. Now the building in front is Well Court, and inside is the actual Clerk's Well, which this area is named after, Clerkenwell. I'll show you in a second. But what we're going to do is just going to continue straight on in front into Turnmill Street, and we're heading towards Smithfield Meat Market. Now that turn here leads into Clerkenwell Green, St James's Church and all that. Over there is the old Magistrates Court. Charles Dickens, Oliver Twist was based here. But as I said, we just continue straight in front towards Turnmill Street. We're heading towards Smithfield Meat Market. Okay, we're going to cross over the traffic lights here at Clerkenwell Road and just continue straight in front. Just continue straight in front. And we'll be turning left shortly into Crowcross Street, which will take us into Smithfield. Okay, when you reach this point, we're going to carry on round to my left into Crowcross Street. And if you turn to your right, you've got the main entrances to Farndon Street Station. Now that's where I just come from. Just give you a little view. As I said, this is the main entrance to Farndon Street Station. I'm taking you back onto Farndon Road. We'll just carry along Crowcross Street here till we get to Smithfield Meat Market. At the end of Crowcross Street, you have Smithfield Meat Market, and what you see in front is the entrance to the Grand Avenue, which we'll be going straight through. Now the Hope Public House here is one of 3 pubs around Smithfield which has a special licence to open early in the morning to cater for the meat workers. But as I said, we just carry on straight across the road, straight through Grand Avenue towards West Smithfield. Now that's where I've just come from. I cross over the lights. I'm now in Grand Avenue. I'll just give you a panoramic view of where I am. And all we do is just continue straight through, heading into West Smithfield. Now I've just come from there. I'm just going to give you a panoramic view of where we are. Now there's West Smithfield Gardens, a piece of greenery. But what we're going to do, we're going to cross over here, and there to our right, we're heading towards Giltspur Street, beside Bartholomew's Hospital. So we just continue straight in front, and we're going to be burned to our right. Now hiding beneath all those hoardings is St Bartholomew's the Great. William Wallace was executed in Smithfield, West Smithfield. Now this is that's where I've just come from. I'll just give you a panoramic view, an idea of where I'm going. And all we do is just follow St Bartholomew's Hospital, the walls here round, till we get into Giltspur Street. So just continue round. Now in front is Henry VIII Gate, which leads you to the St Bartholomew's Museum and to St Bartholomew's the Less. Now up above the gate is a statue of Henry VIII. Now we continue along Giltspur Street now. We're heading towards the Old Bailey, which is straight in front. Okay, what I'm going to do is give you a panoramic view of where I am, Holborn Viaduct. Just give you a little view of where I am. And what we're going to do, we're going to cross the road here, and the building in front is the Old Bailey. Now underneath the Old Bailey in the basement, you can still see the River Fleet flowing. So what we're going to do, we're going to cross over and we're going to be turning down to our right in a second. Now the Old Bailey stands on the site of the old Newgate prison, where prisoners used to be carted off to Tyburn to be executed. Okay, now that's where I've just come from. And when you get to this point, Lime Burner Lane, we just turn down here. Okay, we'll be passing Fleet Place. Just give you a little panoramic view of it. But as I said, we just continue straight down, straight in front, following the flow of the Fleet. Now at the end of Lime Burner Lane, we come out by Ludgate Circus, which is in front. And this is where the River Thames used to come up to, believe it or not, a few hundred years ago. We've got City Thameslink in front. And what we're going to do, we're going to cross over and we're going to head down towards Blackfriars, where the River Fleet comes to its conclusion. So we'll be crossing over there. Now that's where I came from, Lime Burner Lane over there. As I said, I crossed over. And I'm heading up Ludgate Hill. Now the church in front is St Paul's Cathedral. Okay, that's the old London pub. I don't know much about the pub. But the church beside it is St Martin's Ludgate Hill. For some reason all the signs have been taken down. But anyway, I'm standing beside Hardy's Sweet Shop, and if I turn the camera around you can see St Paul's Cathedral straight in front. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the next turn in here on my right. Okay, this is Hardy's Sweet Shop, selling only sweets, and as I said, I'm going to turn to my right beside it. Just continue around Pilgrim's Way. Okay, when you get to this point on Pilgrim Street, all we do is cross over and bear to our left. Go straight down, bear to our left. Just continue straight through. And we're on Blackfriars Lane. We just continue all the way down, straight down. Just continue straight. Now at the end of Blackfriars Lane, all we do is turn to our right underneath the bridge and we'll be at Blackfriars Bridge. That's where I've just come from, underneath the bridge there. And here beside the Blackfriars pub. Very touristy. I haven't been in there. Now in front is Blackfriars Station. We'll be crossing the traffic lights, and straight ahead is Blackfriars Bridge, which we'll be heading towards, and that is where the River Fleet ends its journey. So we just carry on straight past the station towards it. Queen Victoria Garden, Blackfriars Bridge. I'm standing on Blackfriars Bridge looking towards Waterloo Bridge. I'll just give you a little panoramic view of where I am. And this is the end of the Fleet Valley Walk. And that's where I came from over there. Unfortunately, it's high tide and we won't be able to see the discharge of the River Fleet into the Thames. I'll just give you a quick view. Of where I am. Now if you enjoyed the walk, download it from the Ramblers Association and they give you all the details and history along the route. So I just copied the Ramblers Association Fleet Walk and I hope you enjoyed it.